Have you ever felt like something's missing, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is? Hello and welcome to the Indie Spiritualist. Today we're tackling a topic that might hit close to home for many: spiritual emptiness. It's that vague, nagging sensation of an inner void, a feeling that, despite having everything, something important is absent. Stay with us as we explore what this really means and, more importantly, how you can fill that void to find a deeper sense of fulfillment in your life. Let's start by understanding what we mean by spiritual emptiness. Imagine your life as a puzzle. You have all the pieces: career, relationships, hobbies. But there's a piece missing, and without it, the picture never feels complete. That's spiritual emptiness. It's not about lacking material things or personal achievements. It's a deeper sense of absence, like a background noise that's always there, whispering that something vital is missing from your life. This feeling doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, from any walk of life. It's about your inner world, your sense of connection and purpose. Understanding this is the first step towards addressing that void. So let's take a closer look at what causes this emptiness and how recognizing it in our lives can be the key to finding what's really missing. Ever wondered why this feeling of spiritual emptiness creeps into our lives? It's not always clear-cut, but there are common threads that weave through many of our stories. One major cause is disconnection. In a world where we're constantly online, ironically, we're often disconnected from ourselves, our community, and nature. Then there's the loss of purpose. Life's fast pace can sweep us along, leaving us to wonder, what am I really doing with my life? It's like driving on autopilot without knowing the destination. We fulfill roles at work, in families, but sometimes forget to ask, what truly brings meaning to my life? Modern lifestyle challenges also play a part. Stress, constant busyness, and societal pressures can muffle the voice of our inner selves. It's like living in a noisy city and longing for the peace of the countryside. We yearn for tranquility and a chance to listen to our own thoughts. Identifying these causes in your life isn't about assigning blame. It's about awareness. It's the first step towards reclaiming that lost piece of the puzzle and beginning to feel whole again. So let's keep this in mind as we move to the next part: recognizing the signs of spiritual emptiness in our everyday lives. Recognizing the signs of spiritual emptiness can be like trying to read a map in the dark. It's not always obvious, but there are signals. One of the clearest signs is a feeling of being lost or directionless, even when everything seems fine on the surface. It's like you're wandering through a forest without a path, surrounded by beauty but unsure where to go. Another sign is a lack of fulfillment. You might have a successful career, a loving family, yet there's a persistent sense that it's not enough. This isn't about ingratitude. It's more like enjoying a meal, but still feeling hungry for something you can't quite name. Emotional numbness is another key indicator. It's when the highs and lows of life start to blur, leaving you feeling flat. Imagine a world where everything is in shades of gray, lacking the vibrancy of color. That's what this numbness can feel like. Then there's the search for meaning in external things. Constantly buying new gadgets, seeking new experiences, hoping they'll fill the void. But the satisfaction is always temporary. Noticing these signs in yourself isn't a cause for alarm, but an invitation. An invitation to pause, reflect, and start addressing what's missing. It's a first step towards turning on the light and reading that map clearly. So let's explore how we can begin to fill this emptiness and rediscover a sense of wholeness. Let's consider how spiritual emptiness affects our lives and well-being. Think of it as carrying an invisible backpack every day. It's not heavy enough to stop you in your tracks, but it's always there, adding weight to everything you do. This constant, unseen burden can impact your relationships, your work, and your overall happiness. In relationships, it might show up as a sense of detachment or a lack of genuine connection with others. It's like sitting in a room full of people yet feeling alone. At work, it can manifest as a lack of motivation or fulfillment, no matter how successful you are. Imagine working hard to climb a ladder, only to find it's leaning against the wrong wall. On a personal level, spiritual emptiness can lead to increased stress and anxiety. It's a bit like a background app running on your phone, draining the battery without you even realizing it. Over time, this can take a toll on your mental and physical health, leaving you feeling drained and disconnected from the joy of living. Acknowledging these impacts is not about dwelling on the negative. It's about understanding the weight of that invisible backpack, so you can start to lighten the load. Let's explore practical steps to overcome this emptiness and reclaim a sense of purpose and joy in our lives. Facing spiritual emptiness can feel daunting, but it's possible to overcome it with some practical steps. Think of it as tuning an instrument. It might be out of tune now, but with a little effort, you can find the right harmony. First, mindfulness is key. It's not about sitting in silence for hours. It's about being present in the moment. Try to spend a few minutes each day just being aware of your surroundings, your thoughts, and your feelings. It's like stopping to actually taste your food rather than just eating it. Reconnecting with yourself is also crucial. This could be as simple as spending time doing things you love or exploring new hobbies. It's like rediscovering the colors of your own personality, which may have faded into the background in your busy life. Building meaningful relationships is another important step. We're social creatures, and connections with others can bring a sense of fulfillment. It doesn't mean you need a large circle of friends. Even deepening a few key relationships can be like finding anchors in your life. Professional guidance can also be beneficial. Talking to a counselor or spiritual advisor isn't a sign of weakness. It's a brave step towards understanding and filling your inner void. Lastly, give yourself time. Overcoming spiritual emptiness isn't an overnight fix. It's more like nurturing a plant. It takes time, care, and patience, but the growth and blooming that follow are worth it. By taking these steps, you're not just patching up a void. You're actively working towards a more fulfilled and harmonious life. In the next segment, let's look at the positive outcomes of addressing spiritual emptiness and how it can lead to personal growth and transformation. As you begin to fill the void of spiritual emptiness, you're not just solving a problem, you're opening a door to personal growth. It's like cleaning a window that's been long covered in dust. Suddenly you see the world and yourself more clearly. This clarity brings a new understanding of your values, desires, and what truly makes you happy. It's not about becoming a different person, but about becoming more of who you really are. This journey might start with addressing emptiness, but it leads to discovering a richer, more authentic version of your life. Today we've explored the often overlooked yet impactful world of spiritual emptiness. Remember, recognizing and addressing this void is a positive step towards a more fulfilling life. If this video resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a conversation and support each other. And don't forget to subscribe to the Indie Spiritualist for more content like this. Together, we can navigate life's complexities and find greater joy and meaning.